What's up, y'all? Game 3 was last night. Disappointing for the Cavs. Had the lead for a while, lost it. To my right, you got a co-host today.
I'm all in.
Oh, he's all in. He's a Cavs fan. It's Gio. Just want to talk a little bit about the game, how it went, adjustments to be made for Game 4, stuff like that. But to start off, Bron had a great first half. 27 points, just making plays right and left, but it was kind of matched by Klay Thompson. What did you see from Bron in that first half?
Just everything. He got everybody involved. He did the scoring. He rebounded well. You got J.R. Smith involved, which was big from, the Cavs. They needed him.
Did you think that kind of slowed him down in the first half, just, doing so much or slow him down second half and doing so much in the first half?
He says he doesn't get tired, but I feel like that takes a toll on him because you saw how many fast breaks he had in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had about 7 or 8 where he scored, but that takes a lot out of you. Mm-hmm. Plus, he's guarding the second best scorer or the second best player in the world, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, it's a little different from when you're coming back guarding Jay Crowder, from the series before.
Or Marcus Smart.
There you go. Second quarter was kind of back and forth. A lot of highlight plays for Curry and the Warriors. They kind of, they keep it in striking range. Every time the Cavs go on a run, they might score 6 or 7 in a row, but you look up and they're only up 4. Like, I think that's a credit to the Warriors and just, how much they can score and withstand a run.
How good they are.
Honestly. Exactly. Halftime, another close halftime. We've had a lot of close halftimes. I think all 3 games have been within 5 or 6 points.
What I feel like is that the third quarter in each game so far has, the Warriors ended up winning, but the third quarter has been, the biggest quarter of the series.
It has set the tone.
It's the biggest differential. I think Warriors won by 11 the first time,
mm-hmm.
12 the next, something like that, and then the Cavs won by 11. You saw, they had a good little lead.
Do you think? What would you say would needs to happen in that third quarter or beginning second half in order for them to have success going into the fourth?
I think the biggest thing for the Cavs is their turnovers.
Okay. Where
they'll make a run, and then they'll have what we call like a pick six, a live ball turnover,
mm-hmm.
where the Warriors are the best. They're the only team in the league where they'll get a turnover, and instead of getting a layup, they'll look for a 3.
Exactly.
And points off turnovers is huge. So when you get 3 off points off turnovers instead of 2, it just takes a lot out of you, especially for a player like LeBron, where he's got to run back on defense. Somebody hits a 3, now you got to come back. You got to find a way to score. It gets tough.
I agree. And the way the Warriors do it, it's it may be the pick 6 as you say, and then the next possession down they get a 3, exactly. And then after that, and it piles up.
They have the best 6 to 8 runs, where they get 6 to 8. You might score 2 or 4, then they get another 6 to 8. So then it's like a 12-point differential.
I like that.
And they get like a lot of runs that way, where you just see the lead just starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
I think they're the only team in the league that they'll score 2 or 3 times in a row, and then you'll kind of space out for a minute, and then you'll say, "Damn, they're up 16, they're up 17. Like, what happened?" Yeah, exactly. So that's just like. So I agree. The turnovers that needs to stop, and I think just some better basketball needs to be played as far as like, I hate to pick on J.R. Smith, but he'll turn down a wide open 3. So say he pump fakes, get somebody to jump. He'll turn down, maybe one dribble in, shoot the 2 and out. But instead of doing, the fundamental thing, he's dribbling to his left 2 times and shoots a 3. Like, I understand you're on the court to shoot 3s, but there are other ways to score. And even maybe if you take a dribble in, somebody else steps up. Pass,
just,
you know what I'm saying?
Also keeping the pace of the game. When you take a bad shot like that, it's a long rebound. They're off to the races. Yeah. There was one where LeBron took, a fadeaway 3. He didn't get back. Durant took off. Easy bucket. You can't give up those buckets like that if you want to beat the Warriors.
Nah, not at all. So we're going to skip ahead to the fourth quarter. Obviously, we know what happened. They were over there up 9, 11 going up?
I think they're up a good 9 or 7.
I think it was, They were up a decent amount with about 3 minutes to play. I think J.R. Smith hit a 3 and put him up 9 with like 2:56 left. He's celebrating on the sideline. And when I kind of saw that, I kind of said to myself, this is, the game isn't over. Like, there's still some time to be played, and not. I don't even think 10 seconds later, Steph Curry matched it, or was it Curry? Was it Thompson?
It was a Klay Thompson.
Thompson matched it right away. So it's just, it's tough. It's tough, and I think the Warriors are the only team that could erase a deficit like that in that moment.
Yeah, well, they're the only team that they have a huge margin for mistakes. Where I think they had about 20 turnovers, but they were in the game the whole time.
Yeah.
And a team like that, if they hang around, in the fourth quarter, 6-8 points, like we said earlier, they can get those 6 to 8 runs whenever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what ended up happening, and the Cavs took the L.
The last few minutes, some weird shots by the Cavs. I think I just touched on the J.R. Smith one. Pump fake, dribble twice to his left, fadeaway three in the corner. I mean, that's a tough shot if you're standing by yourself, let alone, the moment and, somebody guarding you. Kevin Love, they ran like a fade, like a fade play for him where, it's just you're getting a screen, but you're running, away from the ball and there's a skip pass. And, he missed that one. And then, Kyrie in a similar situation to last year's finals, kind of,
settled.
Yeah, he settled. I think he could have beat, Klay Thompson to the rim. And shot a step back, and it just didn't go. And then, I think we know the story. Kevin Durant hits a 2 to put him down 2, and he rebounds.
I just kind of want to rewind that, too. So, there was a couple possessions in the fourth quarter where, LeBron, he's notorious for passing the ball. And I think Jeff Van Gundy said it where, there's a play. He made the right play where he kicked it out. But sometimes you got to put the pressure on the defense and try to finish at the rim, Because even if you miss that shot, it's not as bad as a missed 3 where, like we said earlier, they come down, they hit another 3. And if you miss at the rim, you can maybe get back on defense and reset. So, little things like that, you don't really realize it during the game, but those plays right there kind of kill you.
Do you think they're chasing threes? Do you think they're trying to...
I think they see the amount of the threes that the Warriors get, and even though they don't say it, they try to kind of match it.
So... let me give you a situation. If they're down 8 and, there's an opportunity for one of these LeBron gets in the lane and takes a shot, do you think he's thinking, well, let me kick it out because he's open, or let me kick it out because
I need a 3?
Okay.
So, in a way, yeah, I think he understands the Warriors' firepower, and, they got to keep pace with them at the same time. So, he might get a 2 here, but trading 2 for 3s sometimes, it hurts because you're going to score 3 or 4 times, and then they score 3 or 4 times. They're always going to be
they're always going to be up. Yeah, that makes sense. What did you think about the last couple baskets by Kevin Durant?
Cold-blooded, man. That was big time. I feel like we say a lot about KD, going to the Warriors, but at the same time, he's not sitting, in the back watching them play. He's pretty much leading them.
Yeah.
He's 30 points every game. You saw last game, clutch down the stretch, 14 in the fourth quarter. So even though, Durant's kind of, on the team that won 73, he's also leading them this playoff. So you got to give him credit where it's due.
Okay. Can we get a prediction for tomorrow night?
I think LeBron, he'll avoid getting swept just because that's LeBron's pride.
Okay.
I think Cavs kind of found a little something there that they can, they can run with at home. Probably get a little more out of the bench. They need Darren Williams to show up real bad.
Okay.
I don't know,
Do you think? Give me one person. Okay, you said Darren Williams. Give me another Cavs player that you think needs to outside of LeBron.
Other than Tristan Thompson.
Okay, I'll take that. Even if you think that's give me somebody else and make like a best case scenario stat line from this person.
Best case scenario. Last year, Tristan Thompson averaged a double-double in the finals. I don't think he's gotten close to 10 rebounds. So
I think the most is 5 or 6.
I think he had 0 points, 3 rebounds last game, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, and I know game 1 was 0 points, 4 rebounds.
So I think Tristan Thompson needs to give him that that extra energy where he gets an offensive board, get somebody in foul trouble maybe, trying to box him out, get a easy bucket one time, help out the offense by not necessarily running a play through him, but just getting a scrap bucket like offensive board. Dunk, maybe offensive board, kick it out. Now you got Love, a 3, gets him going, get somebody else hot. Because, sometimes those plays like that will get somebody else to see the ball go through the hoop. Somebody like Kevin Love, you see him, he can go on a hot stretch like in the Celtics series. So I think Tristan Thompson needs to play a little better. Darren Williams needs to come off the bench and not necessarily score, but be more of a playmaker. That's what he came for, and he hasn't really shown up at all.
Okay. Is there? I know it's hard to say because it's happened 3 times in a row, but is there a way for the Cavs to win if Curry and Durant both go for 30? Or just any pair of them. Like, I know Klay Thompson had 30 last game, so if Durant and Klay or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to count on Draymond, but he's not the biggest scorer in the world. But is there a scenario where 2 of them get 30 and they still come out on top?
I think
we'll say the 3 of them say they go for 80, 85 combined. Is there a way to overcome that?
In a way, I mean, if you're going to let them get 30, you can't let anybody else score. In a way where if you're going to let those 3 beat you, you can't let the bench also beat you. Mm-hmm. You can play it either way.
Because they're very good at getting Iguodala 6, Livingston 6.
David West came off.
David West, and he came in right away and got a dunk, which I think that's alarming. Not to say that he's a bad player, but just if he's pump fake 1 dribble down the lane dunk, it's going to be a long night.
I mean, the Warriors' firepower is tough. Like to stop them from getting 30, there's somebody's going to be open every play. Like I think I was telling the person I was watching the game with, I was like, they run so many sets where they're the only team where they get a good look, and when they shoot it, it's like, wow, he missed. Like you're surprised he missed.
I see that.
Because there's so many good plays. There's so many good players on the floor that you really can't. Like against the Celtics, they would kind of manipulate it to where they would leave one guy open, but that was their best bet. Like, yes, Crowder would maybe hit 2 or 3 threes.
Yeah. But that's the one you want to shoot kind of deal?
He's kind of with us. Like, you want him to shoot that.
Yeah.
But if you...
So in this scenario, you would kind of want... I mean, I guess Draymond's your best bet if you're going to let one go.
Yeah, like last series, they let Harrison Barnes go.
And he wasn't making.
And it ended up helping him out. But Harrison Barnes isn't Kevin Durant.
That's very true. So give me a prediction, maybe a score on the game, and we'll go from there.
I think the Cavs can get. I don't want to say double-digit win, but I think they come out fired up tonight. And they got up to a huge lead. Maybe in the first half, the Warriors kind of with their firepower bring it down, but they hang on to win probably by like I'll say like 110, 102.
Okay.
And they get a win tonight.
Okay. I agree that the Cavs are going to win. I think they will win tonight. But as far as the score, I think it's going to be really high. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 115, 120. I think it's going to be really high. Okay. I think Cavs hit shots tonight. I think you're going to see Korver hit a few. I think Shump's going to hit 1 or 2. And I think a lot of points will be scored tonight. Like, I really think that, and I think they find a way to pull it out. So hopefully there's not a sweep. But if there is, we'll do a Warriors episode. We'll talk about them. But hopefully there's not a sweep, and
hope not.
And, we get some more good basketball. Anything else you want to say?
Nah, just make sure you stay safe tonight watching the game, and take an Uber if you're drinking.
That's the key, and we're gonna end on that. All right, y'all.